Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back and welcome to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel you guys enjoying today. So you guys, I know I haven't done my Wrestlemania Night 1 review. It was a fantastic show. I pulled out at least one part that I really liked, which was the Cody Rhodes return to Night 1. And plus, I also liked it, the Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch match, which was a fantastic match, I had to say the least. But you guys, I do want to do my Night 2 review, and you know, all that good stuff. We know the show was an epic show, better than last year's WrestleMania and the one before that. So the opening, you guys, of the show, we had Triple H, of course, come out, introduced. He was introduced not as the CEO, but as Triple H, of course. He came down, and they end up giving him his boots somewhere off to the side, and the entire crowd in Dallas, Texas was saying thank you, Hunter, and thank you, Triple H, and stuff like that. But he said he just want to show something, and he said welcome to WrestleMania. And Triple H still has that, you know, has that mentality, you know, like he always has, but you know, he cannot perform as a wrestler anymore. So you guys, anyways, first match of the night, we had RK Bro versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits. You guys, my pick on that one was the Street Profits, but they didn't end up picking up the victory. So you guys, just give you a couple highlights of this match. Montez Ford flipping on, you know, from one corner to the other corner on the outside. Chad Gable ends up hitting a moonsault, you guys. Then after that, the Street Profits, you know, end up hitting their tag team finisher. Riddle springboard off the rope, and while Montez Ford was on the top rope, he ends up hitting basically a springboard RKO. And I was like, wow. And then Randy Orton ends up catching Chad Gable for RKO as soon as Chad Gable jumped. And so with that, you guys, RK Bro ends up picking up the victory and retaining their WWE Raw tag team titles. And it was a pretty cool moment, I have to say the least. But with the Street Profits and RK Bro go one-on-one once again, you know, WrestleMania Backlash, or would it be all three teams going against each other? I think WrestleMania Backlash is the next pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Comment down below, you guys, what's the next wrestling pay-per-view. Then you guys, we ended up seeing the Street Profits, and RK Bro ends up celebrating with, you know, a cup of, I don't know if it was water or was it gin or whatever they had in the cup, but it might have been water. And then Montez Ford ended up calling in Gable Stevenson to you know, drink with them. And that's when Chad Gable slapped the cup out of Gable Stevenson's hand. And you guys, with that, you know, I was pretty much like, wow. And so you guys, I was like, I didn't expect Gable Stevenson, you know, to do a belly to belly that high, because that belly to belly suplex, you guys, that he did, you know, was pretty cool. But you guys, anyways, that rating on that match, I gave it a 4.1. Pretty good match, I have to say the least. But I'm ready to see what is going to happen next. Then you guys, the second match of the night, we had Omos versus Bobby Lashley. Now, you know, Omos has been dominating, of course, you guys, over like the past year or so. And Omos, you know, of course, when he start, you know, he want to get in a couple of strikes. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. And then, so after then, you guys, Omos ends up tossing Bobby Lashley in the air. Bobby Lashley ends up, you know, bouncing off the rope, going ahead and hitting a spear to the back, you guys, to the back of Omos, and ends up taking him down. And then Lashley ends up hitting a spear to the front and pinning Omos to pick up that to pick up that victory. But I gave that rating a 3.6. Reason why is because we felt like we already knew that Bobby Lashley was going to win, but Bobby Lashley fought through all that pain, especially, you guys, when he got slammed into the corner, his head hit off the little metal post. And I was like, man. But yeah, pretty cool matchup to say the least. Then we're gonna go to the third match, you guys. Third match, we had Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. You guys, this match was so freaking entertaining. I've never seen like a celebrity comedy guy or whatever do a match like this right here. That what's that guy named Bad Bunny? He was wrestling and all that stuff pretty cool, but at the same time, the way they put the Jackass thing, and had all the people from Jackass, like Wee Wee Man and Party Boy and all of them in there, they had trash cans and stop, like a one stop sign, and all the good stuff, you guys, and bowling balls and mouse trap tables and a big mouse trap. But you guys, Johnny Knoxville ended up picking up the victory, you guys, over Sami Zayn. But I just say the match was entertaining, so I have to give that a 4 to say the least, because I was laughing and everything, you guys. So let's go on to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. We had the team of Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Liv for Brutality, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler and Natalya versus the champions, of course, Zelina and Carmella. So you guys, throughout this match, I definitely have to say that the team that looked like an actual tag team to me that stood out was Sasha Banks and Naomi and Liv for Brutality. I already felt that Naomi and Sasha was going to win this match, you guys, simply because of, you know, how they kept doing like this little promo thing or whatever, you know, during after matches and stuff, how they kept doing it for Sasha Banks. And I was like, wow, I was like, she must gonna win tonight, but we'll see. They end up picking up the victory, you guys. Sasha Banks and Naomi, they had like a new tag team finisher maneuver, and it was definitely pretty cool. And they end up picking up the victory. New women's tag team champions. Ready to see what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna fight all of the teams at the next pay-per-view, or we're just gonna have to see. But I'm ready for it, you guys. But on that match right there, I give that rating a 3.6. Then you guys, the fifth match we had AJ Styles versus Edge, one of the most phenomenal matches of the night. There was a lot went on. AJ Styles ended up having like a blood stain right here on the side of his head when he came out. I was like, why? I'm like, you bleeding already? Like, would you bang your head like Goldberg or something? But anyways, you guys, AJ Styles ends up hitting a 450 splash onto Edge's lower back. Edge kicks out. Edge tried to do a spear, but AJ Styles ends up hitting the Style Clash, rolling over, but Edge still kicked out, you guys. Then AJ Styles was going for the phenomenal forearm. Then we seen Damian Priest ends up looking at AJ Styles. Then AJ Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm, but ends up getting speared in the mid-air by Edge. And after the match, you guys, we seen Damian Priest and Edge, basically, it seemed like they're forming a faction. But at the same time, you guys, this faction right here seems like the Malachi Black stable thing, you guys, like they're doing over there in AEW. But, you know, it is what it is, you guys. It's pretty cool, but it's whatever. So that match right there, you guys, I can give that a rating a 3.7. But it was a surprise to see Damian Priest ends up coming out there near Edge and all that. But Edge, I have to say, Edge has been a better professional wrestler than he was before he got injured. Before he got injured, he was okay and all that stuff. Even though he had his rated R superstar championship belt, he was okay. But right now, Edge is on top of his game, I have to say. Sixth match of the night, you guys, a match that I wasn't really into. We had Ridge Holland and Sheamus versus King Woods and Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston ends up hitting the Trouble in Paradise from Sheamus. Kofi ends up getting brogue kick after flipping on the outside by Sheamus. And then Sheamus was distracted. Not Sheamus, excuse me. King Woods was distracted by, what's that guy named? Butch. I still can't believe they call him Butch when his real name is actually, when his wrestle name was Pete Dunne. Ends up distracting King Woods and then getting brogue kicked, and then the match ends up being over, but I have to give that rating of 1.1. There's nothing more I can say about that match. Then you guys, the 7th match of the night, we had Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Vince McMahon introduced Austin Theory. Vince McMahon, of course, was at ringside. All that good stuff, you guys. Pat ended up pulling out, some moves of his own, like hitting a backflip from the top rope and all that stuff, you guys, laying on his feet. Austin Theory tried to suplex Pat McAfee and all that good stuff, you guys, but it didn't work. But you guys, Vince, of course, Pat McAfee ends up winning the match by a roll up as Austin Theory was trying to hit the A-Town down. Then you guys, Mr. McMahon ends up getting into the ring because Pat McAfee called him out. So Mr. McMahon versus Pat McAfee, they basically beat him down, you guys, and all the good stuff. So I give that a 1.0 because it really wasn't really a match because Austin Theory kept interfering. Referee didn't call for the bell because he knows that Vince is his boss. But Stone Cold ends up coming out, you guys, having a beer with Vince, stunner him, having a beer with Pat McAfee, stun him and all that. But it was great to see Stone Cold on night 2 of WrestleMania, to basically close that part of the show. Then, you guys, we get to the main event. The main event, we had the WWE champion weighing at 286 pounds, Brock Lesnar. We had the WWE Universal champion, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, weighing at 265 pounds. You guys, they were like the way the commentator and the atmosphere of it, you guys, it felt like they were basically doing a like a UFC type thing, you guys, and it was very phenomenal. But just the end of this match, you guys, Brock Lesnar ends up going for the F5 towards the end of the match, you guys, and Roman Reigns still kicked out, and then Roman Reigns ends up knocking out the referee and low blow Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar couldn't feel his feet, and Brock Lesnar ends up locking in a Kimura lock after like a spear before then, but after then, you guys, Roman Reigns hits a spear onto Brock Lesnar and picks up both titles. So I was definitely pretty surprised about that, you guys, that Brock Lesnar lost the WWE title. But at the same time, you guys, Brock Lesnar is a part-time superstar. Roman Reigns is on top of his game. Today, let's see, he's been reigning as champion for 590 days, makes today. And you guys, who can stop him? Who will step up and challenge the head of the table? I'm thinking they're gonna introduce a new belt. Maybe tomorrow night, Roman Reigns may appear on Raw, or maybe it'll be on Friday Night SmackDown. But I feel like they're gonna have a new championship here soon. So I'm definitely ready to see when that belt is gonna come. Hopefully we'll see some wrestling news go across the internet today. But that is it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. I appreciate all the support that you guys give. I'm still busy, of course. I haven't been posting like I should. In the process, and I'll tell you soon of what I'm doing. But thank you guys so much for watching Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. And subscribe and also share my videos across all social media platforms. Share the link if you can't share the whole video so everyone else can check it out. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Don't forget, watch Monday Night Raw tonight.